Okay, y'all, I am at Hobby Lobby. As you can see, I got a great parking spot for this first clip here. Um, it's Friday, so I'm going to run in Hobby Lobby and just see if I can get some filming done, if I can. This is going to be my first Christmas Shop With Me video. I've already looked at their Christmas stuff a couple of times, but it's been a few weeks and I'm ready to look at it again. I know they've probably got more out by now, so let's run in there and see what they've got. So right now we're looking for all things traditional. That's what I'm doing this year. Red, green, white, silver, and gold. So we're going to see what they've got in those colors. First, I just wanted to take a look at the Christmas trees that they have out so far. It looks like they've already got a good bit of them out. And I'm really on the hunt this year if I can find one for a 5-foot green pencil tree. And I have found one on Amazon for like $35. So if I can get enough points on time, I might get that one. I like getting a tree that is not pre-lit. And that way each year, if I change up my theme and I want to use just certain colors on the tree, I can just buy those color lights and do that. And so I just wanted to take a quick look around here. They have so many pretty Christmas trees, and I do like the pre-lit ones, but I do also hear a lot of times of the lights not working anymore after a few years. After having that fiber optic tree for all those years, I just think it's best if you can't have a fiber optic tree, because I really do love a fiber optic tree, to have one that don't have the lights on it already. And now we're getting into these little trees. I love these with the little berries and the snow on them. Those were so pretty. And I'm also looking to see if I can get a couple of smaller, these type of trees in the red this year, because I don't have any of those. These reindeer are really cute. I like the little wreath around their neck. They had plenty of bottle brush trees right here on this end cap. And then on this side, they had several fake potted trees. I love this one right here with the berries. And the prices were pretty good on these. Everything today is 50% off in the Christmas section. And I like these with the little pine cones. Those are so cute. All right, and now down here, they have a smaller version of these. And I think this is what I'm going to try to get this year. I think I'm going to get 2 of these if I can. And then at the bottom, they have the even bigger ones. And those are pretty too. These are my favorite trees in this section. Those flocked ones are really pretty too right there. They had just a few little yard flags that was pretty. And now we're into the blankets. These are a 2-pack of blankets. Those are so pretty. I love the plaid, and it comes with a green blanket. And then they have the ones with the bows. All right, now we're on this aisle that has all these little specialty ornaments. And so I'm just kind of looking around at anything red, white, green, silver, or gold to go with my theme this year, which is traditional. Check out this old Santa. They have lots of snowmen to choose from. Lots of cute snowmen to choose from. This section here is also usually breakables, and they're a little more expensive. So I normally would like to pick out a couple of pieces in this section if I can. I love the nutcrackers. They have these Santas right here, which look vintage to me. I love those. They're so cute. And then just the Santa head. Down here they have a different Santa holding a tree. And some elves. These are really cute. They're also really glittery. And I love these bells. I love all things bells. I'm going to need some stuff in this really pretty green Christmas color too. I've got a lot of red, and I've got some green already. These little birds were really cute. And then they have the ugly Christmas sweaters. Those are also cute. And now we're in the section with the dog stuff. And then the little animals. I like the red pickup truck with the tree in the back. That's so pretty. That would be about $6 at 50% off. I want to try to get a fishing ornament in honor of my brother to hang on one of my trees. They had these two choices here. Tony said he liked both of those, so I don't know which one I'll end up getting. And they have the Santa Claus and the Mrs. Claus dancing. That is so cute. And then the one with the dangly legs and the snowman. They have the bows. Those are really pretty. I really need a few red and gold bows for one of my trees this year. I'm looking for some kind of glammy type of red and gold stuff for that tree. These blankets are really pretty too. I like the plaid one for sure. They have one with a gingerbread man and cookies on it. I really do like these red pickup trucks because they have the Christmas tree in the back. They have lots of little signs on this display here that I really liked a lot. Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. I really like a lot of the dog themed stuff, and I like these little ornament signs right here. And then they had stuff that could go in your kitchen, the gingerbread type stuff. And I love this church right here. We stay up. I really love these Santa Clauses. I am going to get me one. I need a Santa Claus. I haven't had one for a long time. I really like the ones right here. And they had lots of gingerbread plushies. And then they had stuff for like a hot cocoa bar, countdown calendars, lots of little gingerbread houses. I have one of these trees. I think mine's smaller than this though. Any of this stuff would be really nice for a traditional theme. Anything that's red, white, or green goes really good with that. But also, I like to add silver and gold to mine too. Love the snowmen. And nutcrackers. A lot of the nutcrackers on this aisle was candy themed. Now I have one of these popcorn strand garlands. I would really love to have about 3 more of those. And then here's the red and white section. I really loved this section. They had lots of stuff in this area that could be used for a red candy theme, but also some things like this that you could just use for a red and white theme too, or a traditional theme. They had plenty of bells in this area and more garland just in the red and white colors. Now, I really love these little peppermints and the ornaments with the peppermints inside. I really love those. You could use those whether you're doing a candy theme or not, because peppermint to me really goes with a traditional type of Christmas anyway. This cutting board was really cute. They had a lot of gingerbread stuff. Love the gingerbread ornaments. And down here they had some more red and white. I like this bird and the deer. Now here's a little set of red pickup truck ornaments. And then they have the church ornaments. Sometimes I use ornaments like that just for decorations. These green ones here were the only ones that I saw last time I was here that I really liked. I think I do run across some more eventually. I love the bells. More garlands on this side. There's those popcorn garlands again. I just love those. And then they had these cute sets here. Several joy signs. Then they had more birds. And here's some snowmen. I love these white deer right here. Lots and lots of different types of trees on this aisle. I love having different trees throughout my house. I like this one here with the two together. That's really cute. And I always love trees like this. I've got a pink one from when I did my pink Christmas. More joy signs. You know, you can always incorporate some of this stuff into a Winter Wonderland theme for winter decorations too. Check out these tractors, y'all. All right, now this is more of the green that I was thinking of, the Christmas green. And I love this one because it comes with red, green, and gold. They had lots and lots and lots of silver. They had more on a different aisle too. And then they have plenty of garlands. This green is pretty, but it's not that traditional Christmas green that I was thinking of. And then they had more red and white in this area here. And just a little bit of gold and then a little bit of white right here. These star toppers were really big. That was a nice size topper for a decent sized tree. Like I said, lots and lots of silver. And here's a little bit more white. And then some more red and white. I really love these big ornaments. And here's some more white. A little bit of red and green. Still not that bright Christmas green I was thinking of. This is a section with the green in it. But on this side, they did not have a lot of that Christmas green either. It was more muted greens and bright greens, which would be really pretty. It's just not what I was looking for this year. All right, now we're getting into the gold, which is very pretty. I like the way Hobby Lobby has most of their stuff sorted out by color. Now, if I'm going to pick a gold, I really like more of that champagne gold than the yellowy gold. Back to some more silver over here. I don't know what's with the silver this year. They had tons and tons of silver. I love those trees at the bottom, the cone trees. Not that I don't like silver, y'all. They just had a lot of it. Now, this right here is the section I was waiting for. It's got all the different traditional colors. And they're mixed together like these red and green nutcrackers and all of these ornaments with, like I said, the red, green, silver, and gold. These were different. They almost look like a light bulb at the bottom, like the screw-in part, but they're actually trees. And I also love these wreath ornaments. Those are pretty. They had so much in this section that I really, really loved. All the polka dots, those were cute and fun. Those would be really fun on a tree. Here's the bigger ones. Those are so fun. And I love the plaid ones that are right next to it, right here. Those are so pretty and so traditional. There's so much I want to add to my traditional collection. It's already pretty big as it is, but some of this stuff is just so pretty. I love these. They had those in different colors too. Lots of traditional garland on this aisle. And then they had a few picks, and here's some more of those bells. I love those. Lots of bells in this section. There's a tiny red star. Not too tiny, but not big. And then over here they had some more of those trees in the red that was kind of different. Yeah, those are different. Lots of red in this section. Lots of glitter too. All right, and now we're getting into the white. And they did have more bells on this side. There's the white Santa Claus. I really love him because you could use him for whatever theme you're going with. That's why I love buying white now, because you can use it every year with any color, with any theme. It works out really well. It just adds a lot to it. Love the snowball and the snowflakes. Now we're getting into the picks, and I had a certain pick on my list today that I was going to pick up while I was here. And I looked at this whole aisle of picks, pointing out all the really pretty ones that I do want to get this year. But also that one pick that I'm looking for that I saw last time I was here, and I am not seeing it. And I am so worried that they're out of it, because that particular pick was one that I really, really needed for a certain tree that I'm going to do this year. And here's some of the white curly picks. I love those. They are so fun for any type of theme, especially if you get the white. I'm starting to love picks more and more because you can use them all throughout your tree, and you can also use them to help a tree topper stand out, or I've seen them used just as a tree topper if you put them in the right way. But I'm really just pointing out all the ones either that I have on my list for this year or that I really like that will go with a traditional theme. This aisle the whole aisle on both sides were full of picks. Now, I've seen these on other YouTube videos, and I like those. I'm not usually into the muted gold like that, but those were really pretty. And now we're in the section of the red picks. And since we're in the red, I'm getting sadder and sadder and more kind of freaked out that I'm not seeing those one picks that I'm looking for. They were red and gold. And I'm sure Hobby Lobby's had them before, but I just didn't remember seeing them before until this year. And now that I'm back, I'm not seeing them again. Now we're into the green. And like I said, they didn't seem to have quite as much green as they had of the other colors. They had these Christmas tree picks and more of the glittery ones. And of course the curly ones that are so much fun. And then we're getting into the red and white. This one here is really pretty. It's just like the blue one that I have. And some of these green picks are good for a Grinch tree. That's just the color that they are, if you ask me. Now, I really loved this one, and it was pretty big. So those type of picks, you wouldn't need many of them, and they would really fill out a tree. I love this one because it's got the red and white stripe, and it's got the berries and the pine cones. Those are really pretty. Still looking for that one particular pick. Love this one. That would look really good in a garland to make it more thick and fluffy. Lots of pine cones. Check out these little sleds, y'all. Those were really cute. Right in the middle of all the wreaths and the garlands that they had so many of. These are the wreaths that I'm looking at this year. All right, and then on this end cap, they had the bows, and this one was really fluffy, furry and soft. That was something different, unlike any bow I've ever seen. And they have the snowball ornaments right here. And on this end cap is a little bit of the deco mesh, which I really want to try to work with one year, but I just don't know if I'll get to it this year. And now we're into the ribbon. And I think I'm going to try to pick up my ribbon this year at Hobby Lobby, or if I find some at Michael's or Home Goods that I really like, because what I got at Walmart last year, other than that one that was my favorite, the rest of them that I got at Walmart just didn't seem good quality. They seemed kind of flimsy to me. And I've had some from Hobby Lobby before that worked out really well on my tree. In fact, I saved it. I always save all my ribbon in case I need it again. This plaid is what I'm really looking at for my main tree this year, because it's got the red and the green in it. And I'm going to be looking for some red and some gold for my white tree. Don't know if any of it jumped out at me today. I will come back over here and look again really soon, but just don't know what I'm going to end up getting yet. I am seriously thinking about getting that plaid for sure, though. They had a lot of them that I've really, really liked, but I'm just waiting on the right one to jump out at me for that white tree.
Waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light while we're...
Now this one was pretty. It was red with the white Christmas trees on it. Loved that. They always have tons of red options. This is the thinner, and then they're getting on up into the thicker. I've never tried using the really thin ribbon before. I don't know how that would work out. Now these smaller wreaths are really cute, and they would probably work out too to set a candle down in the center of. Look at this furry ribbon. And then here's some of the golds. This I love. Oh my gosh, I love this one. I've got to try to get that. And I love these candles. They have the key on them. More wreaths. And here is some potpourri. This stuff smelled really good, and I just think it would look good like in a big dough bowl or something, like on a coffee table. That would be so pretty. I'm looking to get these Christmas tree candle holders this year, if I can, a couple of those. They have the snowflake ones that are pretty, and they also had some nutcrackers and some bows. But I'm really wanting the Christmas tree ones. I think those are pretty and different. I am going to be looking online for some of these type of candle holders because my husband really loved them. I love them, and I want to try them out. And I'm pretty sure they have some for a better price on Amazon. Lots of arrangements on this aisle that are very pretty. I don't think I'll be getting one of these this year. They're not on my list, but I do love them. And then on this side, we have lots and lots of signs. I love that joy sign on the stairs. The steps, that looks really, I guess I could say a ladder. I can't get my words out right. Oh, that's really pretty. And they just have lots of different signs. And some of them, I don't remember if this aisle is the one that they have a lot of metal signs on. I think that's on a different aisle. But those would be good for outside. There was the manger scene, as you could see. I love this deer. It's so pretty. Lots of really pretty pictures up here for Christmas this year. I'm going to show a few of my favorites. Now, I've seen these on some videos already this year, and these were a good price. I can't remember exactly, but I think they were under $20. And don't forget, everything's half price right now. All of their Christmas stuff. I just love these signs.
Dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing, just you and me.
And here's the toy shop. This bird sign was huge, and it's really pretty. And then they have these snowflakes. And these costed a little more than the ones at Walmart, but I think they were also quite a bit thicker than the ones at Walmart. And there's Santa working on his list. That one is so pretty. All right, now we have some more bells. And these, a lot of them are pretty big. Those gold ones there and those black ones are huge, if you're looking for something like that. And then there's a few manger things. I like this nutcracker picture. That one's really pretty. Oh, and I love this snowy one with the church and the pickup truck. And that one's huge too. I'm trying to see the prices on here. I don't know how well you can see them. I love these birdhouses. And then we have the book stacks. Those are good for a hot cocoa bar. The Merry Christmas signs. And there's a train. And a little camper. Several other signs and some countdown calendars. The ones that look like Christmas gifts. Okay, this is that aisle that had the metal signs. And there's the bows, and then they had the candy canes. Right here is, there it is, the Merry Christmas sign, and it's metal too, and it's really big. This one's really pretty because it's like a red and green layered bow sign. They didn't have it fully stocked yet. These were the only 2 porch leaners they have, which are really pretty, but I want to see what other choices they have later on. And then this aisle had lots of trees on both sides, but for some reason, they had the whole aisle blocked off. So hopefully next time I'll get to look down this aisle. I don't know what they was doing there. And here's some more pillows. Those are really pretty. I like the Believe one, and I really like this green Merry Christmas one. And they had more blankets on this side that were super soft. And I found the doormats. They had them stashed over on this side of the store for now. I know they'll probably get more, and they'll probably move them over more on the other side later. I like the Believe pillow, and I like that big Merry Christmas pillow.
Carolers are singing outside our door.
Looks like they had several options. Now, these are the dish, the mats that you put on the floor when you're doing dishes. And I love those. I bought one for summer, and I also have one that I'm going to use for fall that I really love. I like the plaid one here. All right, now here's another aisle that's full of garlands. I like this one that has the snowflake on it. That's really pretty. All right, and here's some deer. Those are really pretty. I'd like to have a couple of more deer, really, for my collection. And then they have plenty of Santa Clauses and snowmen. I love the Baker Santa Claus. And I love some of these snowmen here. So cute. So cute. I can't wait. As I'm doing this voiceover, I can't wait to go back to Hobby Lobby and just have a good, long, slow look around at everything they've got, because I know they've probably added even more since I filmed this video. And then they'll start running out of everything, so I need to really hurry and get what I'm going to get, because every year they end up running out of a few of the things that I wanted before I can get them. Now, this entire aisle here is dedicated to the tiny Christmas tree stuff. And I do want to get some more stuff for my small trees this year. Usually I get some things at Walmart, but I have picked up a few things from Hobby Lobby before. And I do want to pick up some more from here this year for my small trees. Check out these little boggin hats. Those are really cute, kind of like a beanie. And they're ornaments. Lots and lots of teeny ornaments. All right, now we're on the aisle where they have the light up stuff, and it is so pretty. This one is beautiful. I didn't get to light up everything to show you, but pretty much everything on this aisle did light up, and all of it was really, really pretty. Okay, y'all, I decided to take another walk back over here on the pick aisle, and look what I found. I found those picks that I was looking for. They're so pretty. I did end up getting 4 of those today. That's it, y'all. That's all of my Hobby Lobby shop with me this year. I hope y'all saw some stuff you liked, and have a great day.